Hello, welcome back to episode 17 of the Aluminum Screen podcast. We've got some news, some Bring Her Back, and a horror movie draft today. I'm Brandon, joining me as always.
Emmett, and happy last podcast before the Switch 2 release, everybody. I know we're all counting down the days.
This is a huge week for gaming.
Huge week for gaming, and huge week for movies, too. We're getting a lot of trailers tomorrow.
It's a busy week. It's ramping up.
Busy week. It is. The world is ramping up fast.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be the last podcast we do for probably 2 months where Emmett has watched the movie.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Oh, I've been doing so good, too. I've been on the up. Damn it, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you're going to come back. You're going to come here next week and be like, oh, I played Mario Kart for 500 hours. And
yeah, damn it. I didn't even think about that. It's over. We had a good run. I'll talk about Mario Kart exclusively for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll have a Mario Kart corner.
Oh, MKK. Now we're talking.
But yeah, before we go any further, I'm switching it up. We're not doing this at the end anymore. Subscribe to the YouTube. Like it on YouTube. Rate and follow on Spotify.
Hell yeah. We have kind of a bit of an exciting announcement regarding our social medias.
Oh, yeah. We got some TikTok clips coming up.
Our very own Brandon has been hard at work cooking up some clips for us.
Hard at work.
Say thank you, Brandon. Those clips should probably be up around the time this episode comes out, which we don't know. Sorry, we're late, by the way, too. We had to push back a day. But
yeah, blame my job.
Blame Brandon's job.
Yeah, that's really it, I guess. And before we get into the news, since this is the last week of you watching movies,
and I watched a lot.
Yeah. So, how was your last week?
Last week was pretty great. I've been watching a lot of stuff. I think we ended. Last week I talked about Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch has a glitch, right? Mm-hmm. That's where. Okay. So I watched Mission Impossible last week, the night after we recorded. Loved it, man. This rocks. You were 100% right with pretty much everything you said. Tremel Tillman is just the coolest guy, and he only has a couple minutes of screen time, but like, dude,
But the movie doesn't start till he gets there.
Exactly, and like his first line, and you must be out of your mind. Like every line delivery is perfect, and he's really like, this is what his second big movie, like his second feature film appearance.
So, yeah.
And he's going back and forth with Tom Cruise, and he's just so good. Like, and yeah, that whole submarine underwater bit was just incredible. I mean, you talked about the aspect ratio changes last week. So cool, man. It's all just so cool. I hit this for like the entire third act, the sitting up straight, just like, oh my God. And so was everyone next to me. The theater was hooting and hollering, having a great time. It just rocks. It really does.
Yeah, the people love Final Reckoning. They're showing out in droves for it. It's doing better than it was projected. So
hell yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any world where it makes profit, but it's doing good.
Doesn't matter, man. It's the last movie.
True. Is it though?
It might not be, but I think there's going to be a significant gap before the next one, at least.
Yeah, I would love a spinoff about the submarine people. They were all fun. They were all great.
They were, man. It was like a psychosexual submarine.
Yeah, exactly. And then I watched this horror movie from a couple years ago called Influencer. That was pretty good. I'd recommend it. Good time.
All right.
And then, and then I watched The Phoenician Scheme. I got my Phoenician Scheme merch on. I got to go to this really cool experience in the city where they made the Angelica Film Center into a bar from the movie, and they had a bunch of photo ops and drinks and stuff and a screening. So that was really cool. I liked it quite a bit. I probably like it as much as Asteroid City, but that's mostly because I don't love Asteroid City. And speaking of, I did rewatch Asteroid City the next day, and I was like, all right, this is it. I'm like very Wes Anderson pilled now. I've seen almost all of his stuff. Asteroid City was like the first one I saw. I saw it in theater, so I figured, that's why I don't love it as much as everybody else. Watched it again. I gave it 3.5 stars, which is better than what I originally gave it. But I want to connect with it so bad the way everyone else does, and I just can't for some reason. There's just, it really, I don't know. I like a lot of it. I really like the whole like, I don't know what the point of the play is. Doesn't matter. Keep going. Like I like that, and I like that as like the central theme. It just doesn't fully do it for me, unfortunately. And then I watched Mountainhead, the new Jesse Armstrong movie.
Oh, that's just disappointing.
I liked it fine. I gave it 3 stars. I think I'm going to bump it up to 3.5, honestly, because I don't think. No, actually, I'm going to keep it at 3. If I gave Phoenician Scheme 3.5, then that's not fair. I'm going to, I really liked it for a lot. And then I just feel like it just kind of, I don't know how to talk about it too much, but the third act I found disappointing after it set up some really interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then to end my yapping, I watched The Life of Chuck last night, as did Brandon. I think we'll probably talk about this a little more in the future when it releases.
Yeah, when it fully comes out, we'll probably talk about it then.
Yeah,
I think it comes out next week?
13th, I want to say.
13th. Yeah, so we'll probably have a materialist Life of Chuck head to head, I guess.
Hell yeah, that sounds good. I liked Life of Chuck quite a bit. I didn't like it as much as I wanted to. This is the type of movie that like I really love, where it's like, life is beautiful in the small moments and all that stuff. And I was waiting for I was hoping this was like a 5-er for me, which is insane. You can't go into a movie hoping that. So I was a little disappointed, but I gave it 4 stars. I liked it quite a bit, unlike some people. And my last thing, I watched the show Overcompensating on Prime Video. I binged that over the last couple days. Awesome. Really fun.
Really?
Good time. Yeah, I've been on a bit of a show kick this year as well.
Overcompensating and Adults are the 2 like new comedy shows, and they're both are like the same in my head.
Yeah, I'm gonna start Adults next. I think they even have one of the same actors in both of them.
Oh, that's confusing. But actually, speaking of that, I watched the first episode of Adults last night after Life of Chuck. Got home and I was like, let's put on a silly comedy. I've been seeing clips online, people on Twitter talking about it a lot. So I was like, all right, let's see what this is about. Didn't love it. Don't know if I'll continue it. I probably will, because it's like the pilot, and I feel like the pilot is, it's never really when they like
hit their stride.
They're just figuring stuff out. So I feel like I'll give it a second chance in the future.
I'm gonna give it a go at some point.
Heck yeah. My week last week, not as exciting. I did way less. I watched Lilo and Stitch after the pod last week. Did not enjoy it really at all.
Are you serious?
I gave it 1 star.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You're doing a bit. No, I'm
not doing a bit.
Oh, the live action. The live action.
Man.
Yes.
The live
okay.
Action, yeah.
Okay.
I gave the animated 4 stars.
I was gonna say I thought we talked about this last. Okay. I'll give you that. That's fair.
Oh, the live action one. Sorry, I should have specified.
No, you're good.
This is the problem with doing these remakes. But yeah, the remake was so bad. I gave it 1 star. I didn't even laugh. I don't think once. There's maybe one time where I exhaled a little hard through my nose.
Yeah, it was a lot less clever than the original.
Yeah, I will say. Shout out to Game Night star Billy Magnuson. He was.
There it is.
He didn't do anything wrong. But then I rewatched Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and it's a banger. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
It wasn't really in doubt, but hang on. This reminds me. Got to go off on a quick tangent here.
Let's go. Theater experience related?
Yes. So I went to see this in IMAX again. Duh. Had to see it in IMAX. I went with Ryan and James. So I'm in the middle. Shout out Ryan and James. This guy is in front, one seat to the left. So he's directly in front of Ryan, who's to my left. This guy went on his phone 10 times throughout the movie. But I didn't say anything because it was only obstructing my like it only was attracted to me, and I had already seen it. So I was like, it's not like, if it was bothering, either of them because it was their first time watching, I maybe would have been like, hey, buddy,
but
maybe put that
fair.
away. But I was like, I don't want to cause an issue. I've already seen it. It's not really taking that much away. But this is crazy. He was on his phone a lot. I'm not going to bore you to death with every single time he whipped it out.
I've done it. I've talked about it in detail, not whipped out the phone. That'd be crazy.
But this was the most egregious offense. During the underwater sequence, he pulls out his phone, checks the weather app, and then immediately closes the weather app and opens up his podcast app and refreshes it to see if there's any new pods.
That's incredible. He had to know.
A new one popped up, and then he closed out and turned his phone off. Like, what is the point of that?
He needs to know if it's rainy enough to listen to his favorite podcast.
I guess. But I was like, dang.
Oh, that's brutal. That actually reminded me, not to sidetrack again. No. So at the Phoenician Scheme screening, the screening was all like, it was some like movie people, but it was largely like just influencer people. So it's like, so at one point, halfway through, it's like an indie theater, so it's kind of a classic small theater. Like it's got the like, what do you call it, alley down the middle, and then seats on the right or the left.
Yeah.
And the movie started probably 10 minutes ago. Someone walks in, drink here, recording the drink, looking up at the screen, flash on, walking down. And now I thought it was just like a flashlight, like they needed help, because people do that sometimes. I think it's crazy to do that, but people do it a lot.
I don't understand that. I never understood that.
Like, do this. Just turn, like, light up like that if you have to.
Just count. You know how many seats? What seat you are?
That's true. But yeah, I thought that she just like had her flashlight on, but on the top you could see the red, like the recording part. I don't know if she ever posted that. Someone should find that if so, because I would love to see that. But yeah, sorry, sidetrack over.
When you said that the screening was like all influencers, immediately my brain was like, that's the worst room to be seated in to watch a movie.
That was the only issue, shockingly.
That's still a pretty egregious issue.
No, it is pretty. I feel
like that probably happened, and everybody else in there was like, well, I don't want to be like that. So I'm just I'll just wait.
Worse. I was fearing the worst. So when it was just that, I was a little relieved.
At least it was only like 10 minutes in too. It wasn't like flash on to record a video is crazy.
And down the middle, like up at the screen. It's probably worse quality. Oh, because you have to show everyone your little cocktail. Go do it out. You just got in.
Yeah, you could have taken the video of it when you got it at the bar.
The whole thing was themed to be the Phoenician Scheme. You could have taken it anywhere.
Man. And then, I mean, that's really, I only watched the Lilo and Stitch live action and Final Reckoning. And then I saw Life of Chuck last night. So kind of a slow week. I've really been on that Parks and Rec grind.
Oh, that's amazing.
Just got to season 6. So
wow,
things are happening.
Dude, great show.
Chris Pratt just got skinny. I mentioned it.
He's
like, oh yeah, I just stopped drinking beer. I lost 50 pounds in 1 month.
In 1 month, that's what it is. That's such a good way to tackle that.
I was like, how much beer were you drinking? A lot, I guess. Too much.
Oh, that show is so good, man.
So good. I think my favorite part of that show is whenever Ron Swanson gets a giggle fit.
Oh, that is the highlight. His ridiculous little giggle.
Shout out, though.
That was Nick Offerman in Life of Chuck, right?
It was, yeah.
Okay, I never checked, but I was pretty confident it was his voice.
Yeah, and then, like I said, I went home after that. I watched Adults because I was like, let's maybe take a break from the Parks and Rec grind. We'll start this new show.
You don't want to burn out.
8 episodes, and then watched an episode of Adults. Me and my girlfriend looked at each other and then put Parks and Rec on and watched like 4 episodes.
Hell yeah!
So
respect.
Not loving Adults so far, but I'll push through eventually. But that's basically all I did. And then I did get a platinum trophy as well.
Ooh,
so
what?
Kind of in my gaming era here.
Nice. What game?
College football.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But I was just scrolling through and I was like, oh, I'm only like 4 away. And they didn't sound hard, so I just banged it out real quick.
Might as well. Why
Gotta
not?
get the trophy.
Gotta get the trophy.
But yeah. So I guess that'll do it for this past week. Very exciting. Next week you get to look forward to Emmett Switch 2 thoughts.
Yeah.
Spoiler
lot of
alert, he
thoughts.
loves it. Mario Kart's a lot of fun.
Probably all true. I'd be shocked if I said anything else. Midnight release tomorrow for everyone interested. Counting down the hours.
Wait, so midnight tomorrow meaning tonight or tomorrow?
No, tomorrow Wednesday at midnight, meaning Thursday technically.
Okay.
Big GameStop midnight release. They're doing games. They're doing a cosplay contest. I saw somewhere that they were doing food trucks, but I don't know if that's true. I don't believe that part. Yep. I don't have any Nintendo cosplays though.
There's time. You can make one.
That's true.
Just put like a sheet over you and be like, oh, I'm Boo. Put a crown
King
on your
Boo.
King Boo.
I'm King Boo. That's so true. Wear a brown shirt. I'm Goomba. Put my arms in the shirt.
I'm Goomba.
I'm
But
Goomba.
say it like Jack Black.
I
All right.
Goomba.
So I guess we'll jump into the news now. First story here. This is crazy. Get ready for this, audience. Emmett's not the only one with the news stories this week. Look at that. We're changing the game here in episode 17. So talked about it. Yes, everyone says. Talked about it a little bit before. Lilo and Stitch live action. I hate it. I think it's not good. But it is now tracking to be the first movie released in 2025 to reach $1 billion. So
this feels like a big kind of I told you so moment, but I'm not going to say it.
No, it's a sad state of affairs for sure.
It is. And the people were doubting, and by the people I mean you pretty much exclusively, were doubting Stitch. Like, oh, who cares that much about Stitch? Does the world care? The world loves Stitch.
Hey, that's on me. I had no idea how big of a deal Stitch was. When I went to rewatch Final Reckoning, actually, the theater was still packed with people with Stitch merch everywhere. Stitch paraphernalia as far as the eyes can see. And I went to the bathroom right before the movie starts, of course. Got back because the first time I saw Final Reckoning, I missed the Tom Cruise message. I was devastated. Got back in time to see it this time. So that was great. Go ahead.
I have a hot take.
You hate those?
No, I like those. I think IMAX is the worst way to watch a movie.
I don't love
and it's
watching.
Not because of the screen. It's just because how tight the seats are in the theater. I don't think it's the worst way. I think it's definitely not the worst way. I'm being dramatic, but I'd rather do Dolby every single time. I do IMAX when it's like, a special thing like Sinners or Mission Impossible, but I don't know, maybe it's just our theater, but when it's not even the real IMAX, I feel like the screen is a little blurry. I could be crazy. I always feel it's slightly blurry.
I don't know if you've noticed this. I noticed this when I think it was last year before Dune 2 came out. They did a re-release of Dune 1. And I'd never seen it in IMAX. I was like, I've got to go see it. Went to see it, and there's a lot of sequences in like the desert where it's like kind of bright. And whenever the screen is bright, I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's like lines all on the screen that you can see.
I've noticed that with there's dots on like the bottom right, like blue dots sometimes. And I didn't see that. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, maybe we just have like an old IMAX kind of thing.
We probably do. It doesn't, I mean, the seats are falling apart.
I find the seats egregiously tight. If you have a middle seat, I always go for IMAX. I'm going like middle left or middle right. Because to get to the middle, God forbid you have to get up and leave. Oh my God, and people are leaning back so you can't even, you're like straddling people to get to your seat.
Yeah, it is really tight in the theater. But half the seats are falling off. Like I'll sit down and the armrest just goes flying off. I'm like, all right, I guess my drink is on the floor now. That's cool. But yeah, it's pretty egregious. But I was on my way. Yeah, Dolby I think is better. Plus the seats recline, so that's huge.
And it's louder, so if people are talking, you can not hear them as much.
Yeah. But and it has like a wall separator between the rows, so
Oh
that
yeah,
guy going on his phone is not distracting.
true.
But speaking of that Mission Impossible Final Reckoning rewatch, I'm coming back from the pre-movie bathroom because I'm like, I gotta empty out before this 3-hour masterpiece starts.
Of course.
And I'm walking by, and they had like the Stitch like cardboard cutout thing set up in the lobby. So I have to walk past that to get to the theater. So I'm going past. There's a woman standing there in a full like Stitch onesie, posing, like not facing the camera, facing the Stitch cutout.
Of course.
And then taking the picture is a child maybe 6 years old, and then the 4-year-old child is standing next to him.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
I was like, you've got this backwards.
That's so me as a parent, I think. I fear that is exactly my future. Well, I'm sure she got one of them, and then you swap. It's the right thing to do.
I didn't see, but I mean, I don't know. Does anyone need to see you in your Stitch onesie? I don't remember. I don't think the kids were as decked out in Stitch merch.
Probably not. That's awesome.
But
yeah, man, yeah. Stitch is like, I don't know if this is an apt comparison, but like you have Mickey Mouse, he's like the Disney mascot. I think Stitch is like up there with him. Like at least at parks, he is the most merchandised character to the point where you can't go anywhere without seeing like at least one of these for him at the very least. And like they haven't done a lot of Lilo and Stitch stuff leading up to this, at least in like the past 15 years. They had the show and a couple movies, but leading up to this movie, it's really just like the merch that's keeping Stitch, you know, what's the word, like relevant. Yeah. And it's clearly worked.
They're going to have a whole Stitch land now, especially with Epic Universe. They're going to be like, oh, we got to compete with that. They're going to open up Hawaii in Epcot. There's going to be Hawaii in Epcot.
That would be
And it's going to be like a Stitch indoor ride.
Well, they had Stitch's Great Escape forever, but now they got rid of it.
Yeah, but now they're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't get rid of it because he's like the most popular guy.
Yeah, I'd love for them to open up something Stitch. I don't know what, but gotta be something.
They should open up a Billy Magnuson Pleakley ride. That would.
They could put it all in one. No, I'm anti-human Pleakley.
No, I am as well. But Billy Magnuson's all right.
Yeah, I like him. He seems fun. He seems fun.
Yeah. Well, speaking of fun and innocent,
that was a fantastic segue.
Yeah, these kids are innocent for now. The internet's not going to let that last.
No,
the main trio has been cast in the new Harry Potter HBO Max original series,
which we're both super excited for.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I mean,
we've got.
Should I read the names of these kids? I don't know. It's not like anybody's going to know them, but
that's true. But I mean, one of them's got a really cool name for a wizard. I think.
Okay. I feel like two of them have cool names, and
that's
Harry's
true.
is lame. It's just like a normal name. It's not lame. But
we got Dominic McLaughlin as Harry, Arabella Stanton, that is a pretty cool name, as Hermione, and Alistair Stout as Ron. Come on, that's the coolest wizard name ever, Alistair Stout. But yeah, the Harry Potter kids were revealed, and everyone's been super normal about it.
Mm-hmm.
There hasn't been. I haven't had to delete any comments whatsoever from anything, because that would be crazy.
No, everybody's normal about this kids show for kids based off of kids' books. Written by an evil woman.
Yeah. It's not like we've really, the Hermione tape got released or leaked. I don't know what happened there, but the her audition video, and she seems pretty perfect. And the other two haven't really seen anything from them, like acting wise, but they definitely looked the part. Someone commented on my video that Harry looked too alpha to play Harry. What are you talking about?
Sorry, Joanne. This 10-year-old is too alpha. We can't cast.
Like, yeah, what are you talking about, man? But
just
I mean,
buzzwords.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say the show doesn't have to exist. but
it absolutely does
but
not
it
need to
does.
exist.
And
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm a little like cautiously optimistic for it just because I like Harry Potter, but I'm not really getting my hopes up at all. I'm just gonna
They've just changed so much about it already where it's like bizarre.
the
Like there's just with the casting. Like
oh
now Harry Potter's parents like bullied a black
yeah.
kid for
So
no
a
reason.
lot of people are mad about the Snape casting because like they're probably just racist, and that's been leading a lot of discussion. But yeah, it is kind of problematic that that now James Potter and Harry Potter just, for whatever reason, just so happen to both bully and not trust or like the one black guy in Hogwarts.
And there's like
Little questionable choice there.
yeah, and there's this scene in I don't remember which one it's in. I saw this on TikTok a while ago, but they were like there's a sequence where he's like Snape is like keeping him up on his broom from the stands. And they're like, "Oh, I don't trust him." Like, and then they find out no, he actually was protecting you, and they're like, he still just looks untrustworthy. Like that's like a line in the book or something. But like,
Yeah,
oh, all right, that's gonna age great.
That's gonna be that's brutal. Yeah, I don't think. Oh man, I don't know if they thought that one through all the way.
Yeah. Also now, they're gonna have new Hermione be like, "No, I think we should keep the slaves at Hogwarts."
Yeah, that's another.
Or no,
That
no,
was
no.
already
She's the one
insane.
she's anti-slave.
She's the only one that doesn't
Yeah.
want the slaves.
Yeah,
She's
but
like, guys,
then
isn't this? She's
everyone
like,
else
guys,
is
isn't this a little bit weird that we have slaves?
yeah.
Everyone's like, this loser.
Yeah, and Draco calls her a slur.
Yeah, exactly.
And then her two best friends, Harry and Ron, are like, "What are you talking about? Slaves are totally cool. They actually like being slaves."
They love it.
So
Yeah,
that'll be
it's
interesting.
It's also interesting that they're doing like this show in an attempt to appeal to everyone is appealing to nobody because people are mad that they race swapped Snape. So they're mad. And then, most sane people don't like J.K. Rowling in the first place. So now you're ostracizing both sides of the political aisle of the culture wars. So it's interesting.
Well, the only reason that this show exists is because the original trio like hate J.K. Rowling and are like pro-trans people.
They won't come back for the Forbidden Child.
Yeah. Yeah, that play adaptation thing. Oh. But yeah. Sucks, man. I loved Harry Potter as a kid. I was like all about it. And now I'm like, damn, I can't support this anymore. It's all right though. There's plenty other franchises that I can watch instead. I don't need Harry Potter.
Fair. I like
Like
Harry
I still
Potter.
haven't played
Don't
that.
like J.K. Rowling.
Still haven't played that that new Harry Potter game from last year. Whenever 2 years ago.
Yeah. It was not great. It was fine.
Mm.
I never beat it. It got a little old quick.
Yeah. Well, speaking of getting old quick.
Okay, you can pull this off, maybe.
A lot of Batman spinoffs.
Okay.
And Robert Pattinson's getting real old, real quick in between 1 and 2.
I think now Robert Pattinson's going to be older than Christian Bale was in The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. When all is said and done, which is awesome. Year 2
Very
Batman.
Cool. Whoa. Year 2 is Batman 1. So this is going to be year 3 or 4.
No, I think this is picking up like weeks after the Penguin.
Oh, shoot.
Like it's one story.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, the Batman news was that the Penguin season 2 is being looked at again, and more spin-offs are possibly in development. Which
like,
cool.
We got to get something out for this.
We gotta do something canceled.
Release the best Batman live action movie ever.
Thank you for specifying live action.
And then release. I knew you were going to be like, Lego Batman actually exists. But Lego Batman is a good movie, though. I'll give you that. But
thanks.
Yeah, I mean, and then Penguin came out. People loved it. Some people didn't watch it.
I've got like halfway. I'm gonna finish it one day. I promise.
I don't even think you got halfway though.
Oh, I think I did. He was like in the basement, tied up.
Oh, that's too vague.
and I think he killed a guy, and then the kid had to go get the car. It was a while ago.
You should rewatch it though.
I should. By the time the Batman Part 2 comes out, I will watch all of the Penguin.
So in the next 10 years?
Yeah.
All right.
By 2028, I will watch the 4 episodes.
Yeah.
But what spin-offs would you want to see here?
Just Batman 2, I guess. I mean, a Catwoman show obviously would be great.
Catwoman's the only one that I'm like, I think this should happen. Like anything would be fun. Like I'm sure they could come up with something good, but Catwoman, I'm like actively hoping for.
Yeah, like I know they threw around like an Arkham show. I don't know if I'd love that. I mean, maybe a Gotham PD one, because I mean, when Gotham first came out, we were in like middle school, I think, still, and I was like locked in the first couple episodes, and then I fell off. But like, I feel like that can be like, I don't know, it's not as interesting as just having Batman there to fight these supervillains. But if you got like the PD doing some smaller villains, you could have them in Arkham then for the next Batman movie.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I feel like an Arkham show would kind of just be a Joker show in disguise, and I don't know if I want that right now.
Yeah.
Just with like the Joker Folie à Deux and all that fun stuff. Like maybe give Joker a little bit of time.
Yeah. But we could take a Joker tolerance break, I think.
Yeah, exactly. But like a Commissioner Gordon show or just Gotham PD would be pretty cool. I do worry if we do more like Gotham shows, if it's like Batman is on Fraud Watch, if like the PD is doing all this stuff that's interesting enough for a show, but he can't really show up.
I mean, they could have it be more so like, well, they can't really now because I was going to say like Maroni and Falcone, but they can't really do that now because both those guys are not really big players anymore.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to hit women. I can't.
That's true. John Turturro.
He
didn't come back for the show because he didn't like the violence against women.
And then he drowned a woman in Severance.
It's true. But it wasn't violent. It was out of love. So
that's true. That
is
true.
To him.
Yeah, but, I think a Catwoman show could be interesting too because she's in Bloodhaven now, so it's like you kind of get away from Gotham a little bit.
Yeah, get some Nightwing
for a bit. Yeah, I know, right? That would be awesome. Do a Robin show and then put Robin in.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know what
Forgot you want the kid from Euphoria to be Robin.
The time might have passed for that one. I don't know if I've ever gotten more death threats. I don't know if I've gotten more death threats in my life than from that one. Like, I don't know. You do a Mr. Freeze show, I guess. Whoever's going to be the villain of the next one, you could do a show, but I don't know. I'm sure it would be good. I'm just not really.
Let's do another Sophia Falcone show.
If it's like, yeah, that'd be cool. Do like a Clayface. Do like a Kite Man. You know, let's have some fun.
Clayface is all the rage now.
Clayface is all the rage now.
Oh, do a no. Hugo Strange, is that the guy?
Oh, Hugo Strange would be cool.
Have him just like experimenting on fools.
And then you can kind of do an Arkham thing in there.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
He gets different people that he's just experimenting on.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I wouldn't mind like a Harley Quinn Poison Ivy thing, but like they'd have to do like Poison Ivy as like a environmental terrorist thing if they want to stick to Grounded. Which could work. I think it could work. I don't know if everyone wants Harley Quinn right now. I feel like
I think we could take a break on the Joker and Harley Quinn right now.
Yeah, it's fair.
Didn't they say Harley Quinn was going to be one of the pillar characters of the DCEU?
DCEU, yeah. I mean, she kind of was like their biggest character.
It's true, but
she
just
probably
crazy
had the most appearances.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
Both Suicide Squad movies.
Suicide Squad.
Birds of Prey,
which is already more than most of the main pillars. Did she show up? No, she didn't show up in the end of Snyder Cut. That was just
Jared Leto showed up and was like,
because Harley was dead.
Reach around hand job.
Exactly.
Here's a question. Why do people keep hiring Jared Leto?
Dude, I know. I literally, the Tron Ares trailer came on the other day. It was my girlfriend's first time seeing it, and you can see Jared Leto's eye at the end. She was like, oh, I was like Jared Leto, and she was like, "Oh, it looked good."
Yeah, it looks good. And then there's one shot like halfway through the trailer of him, I guess riding a Tron bike.
Yeah,
It looks straight out of Morbius.
and it does. And the thing is, I think that like he's the main guy. They're kind of hiding him in the trailer. Like that could just be because
Whoa.
it's a teaser. But like, is that a thing? Like people don't want to see Jared Leto, so they're hiding the star.
It might be. I mean, I'm
What
gonna
else
be
is he?
sat day one for Tron Ares because
Me
Greta
too.
Lee's in it. So
That's fair.
shout out
It
to
looks
Greta
cool.
Lee.
He's also in the new He-Man movie. He's Skeletor.
Yeah,
That one's brutal because I am excited for that, but it's like, why? And he's like human Skeletor too. It's not even like he's gonna be
Yeah.
in Secret Wars too. I think we should all
let's
accept
go.
that.
Morbius finally.
They're
making his
totally
MCU
doing
appearance.
they're totally doing Madam Web pops out with all the Sony guys.
That would be
There's
sick.
no
Her web connects them
her
all.
web connects them all.
Oh my gosh, Doom is like, or I don't know who. Mr. Fantastic is talking with Iron Man, and they're like, "We've got to take down Doom, but there's just too many different possibilities. We can't possibly calculate all that." Well, there's one person who can. Her web connects them all. The Madam Web music starts playing.
Hard cut to 2002 New York City with blind Dakota Johnson
In
sitting
Battle
in a
World,
chair.
Dakota Johnson with her iconic jeans and red leather jacket and sunglasses.
The crowd goes wild.
And she's like, "Oh, hey, Iron Man, you got the orange chicken with white rice."
Oh man, incredible.
Bless you. And then Mr. Fantastic sneezes.
Oh, and then she says to Mr. Fantastic and Captain America, "You guys look familiar." They would totally do that.
Nice. Oh,
All right.
yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Speaking of exciting, I added this pretty much just for me. It's not really big news. Sabrina Carpenter supposedly being eyed to star in Mamma Mia 3. Gotta watch all the Mamma Mias now.
Apparently, the Mamma Mia movies are good.
Apparently, this is big news. Also, she's got a new single releasing. Been teased on Instagram. Here's the Sabrina Carpenter segment of the show.
It's been teased on X, the Everything app.
That's true.
Do your banking on X. Yeah.
But yeah, I know nothing about Mamma Mia, so I can't really talk about that more than the headline.
I think she's like looking for her dad or something.
Is it?
Amanda Seyfried's there.
And Amanda Seyfried.
ABBA songs.
I think Sabrina Carpenter will be her daughter.
I believe so.
Is what the rumor is. That would rock.
I feel like Sabrina Carpenter and Mamma Mia makes sense to me.
It does. I want her in like more movies generally. I know she's doing the singing thing. I don't know if she's
the
doing
whole
the
singing thing.
But like, what was her last movie? Tall Girl.
Tall Girl 2, actually.
Tall Girl 2, of course. Get her in like, I don't know. I think she'd be a good Dazzler.
Yeah, if Taylor Swift says no.
Yeah, well, apparently they're getting Taylor Swift for that Spy Disney Plus show. Well, they're not doing that anymore, but apparently that was the plan. The Marvel spy thing.
I think Tall Girl 2. Well, if you count A Nonsense Christmas.
Oh, Nonsense Christmas slapped.
I think I watched 4 minutes of that. But yeah, Tall Girl 2. Star of Tall Girl and Tall Girl 2 is coming back.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's just crazy she's in those movies. Because it's not like those are like Disney movies. They're Netflix original movies.
Yeah, and it's like it was like only 2 years before she like blew up. Like it's not like it was like way back when.
Yeah, like Tall Girl 2 was in 2022. Like
that's incredible. Also like a year before she really blew up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, all right. And like she was already kind of known because she was beefing with my goat, Olivia Rodrigo, at the time.
That's true. That's true. Or was Olivia Rodrigo beefing with her?
Well, it was the guy's fault anyway, so.
That's true. Anyway, I was gonna.
He's found God though now, so.
Isn't he? I don't want to get into any of that. No.
Okay. Well, speaking of getting into it,
could work for pretty much anything.
We're gonna see who's getting into the role of Clayface soon. The short list has apparently been released.
Nice. Yeah, this is very new, so could be
Yeah.
could have been debunked by James Gunn on whatever app he uses minutes ago.
Threads, I believe, but nobody would know because no one else is on.
He's just talking to himself out there.
He might as well just be posting it into his notes app.
Well, what is it with the DC guys having their own apps? What's that app Zack Snyder used?
Vero?
He used
I don't know. Probably like
I think it's Vero. Forever.
What is
and
Vero?
he was literally the only guy on there. It was him and all of the Snyder fans.
Ad-free, algorithm-free social network. How does that work? You can still join it now as a founding member.
It's been like a decade. That's awesome. That rocks.
Tokenize? Stock exchange? Tokenize as a service?
You can do your banking. Right.
Cool. This is the real everything app.
That's true.
But yeah, the Clayface shortlist has been announced. It's got 4 names on it, and they're all pretty cool. I'm unfamiliar with one of them, though. I'll be honest. I haven't seen anything he's in. Tom Blythe. I never seen that Hunger Games movie yet.
Yeah, you should see it. We got George McKay, Tom Blythe, Jack O'Connell, and Leah Woodall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with Leah Woodall, I don't think.
Leah Woodall was in season 2 of White Lotus. He was just in something else, I believe.
Let me pull him up. I'm sure once I see his face, I'll remember.
He's in the new Bridget Jones movie. He was in Citadel.
He was in Citadel.
And he's in Cherry, the movie where Tom Holland shows Hole.
Oh, I like this guy. I think he's good. He was in something else too. Yeah, he is in the City. Oh, One Day. He was in that show One Day that everyone loves.
Yeah.
He was like the guy. Yeah, he's Duke in Citadel.
Duke.
Iconic
That's a crazy name
Duke.
for a guy. Oh, and he's in that show Prime Target that I've seen advertised on my Fire Stick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this guy's good. He would be good as Clayface, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jack O'Connell is just like the guy right now. And I just want him just based off center type and heading into 28 years later, even. I just want him in everything.
Yeah.
But I think any of these guys would be good.
Absolutely.
Clayface is like, I'm so excited for Clayface. The fact that we're actually like doing casting and this is a real movie that's going to come out, hopefully, knock on wood, don't Sergeant Rocket, like has me over the moon.
Oh man. Why would you bring up our dead king's name?
Gone but not forgotten.
Well, not gone yet. He's just in like a medical coma for 12 months.
That's true. He's on hold.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Yeah, well, speaking of being back, this guy probably won't be after Doomsday.
Nice.
Chris Hemsworth has released a mystery video.
Yeah, everyone's freaking out about this video.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it means he's gone.
I think if it means he's gone, why would he post it now?
Exactly. I think it's like a misdirect or it's like fun. I don't know. But everyone was also like, oh, Chris Hemsworth is like retiring from acting because that whole thing got blown way out of proportion. He just said like he will retire at some point because he might potentially like be more prone to, I think it was Alzheimer's or dementia.
I think so, yeah.
One of those, and people were posting, they were like, wow, Chris Hemsworth has dementia. He's gone from the role. Rest in peace. It was like, all right, come on. He's prone to it in the future. Like, he's doing all right now.
Wow, can't believe he died already.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just a video of like, wow, I loved being Thor, and I'm excited for Doomsday. Thank you all for taking this journey through the MCU with me. I think this could just be a marketing thing, honestly. Like, maybe he's negotiating for Thor 5, which might be happening. He's just like, you gotta let me get my boy. What's his name? Is it Hargrave? Is that
the guy, the extraction director?
Is it Sam Hargrave or is that a character's name?
I think Sam Hargrave. I've never seen any of these extraction movies.
Oh, they're fun. The first one's really fun. But yeah, he really wants Sam Hargrave. Maybe it's that, or God, it would be a dream if he got George Miller to do a Thor movie. If it's the last one, why not? Like,
that would be pretty sick.
The lack of his Justice League movie will forever hurt. But
Sam
yeah, I don't
Hargrave
think
is the director, but also plays Gaetan in the movie.
Oh, of course, iconic character.
Yeah,
Gaetan.
$65 million budget. Damn,
Dude, the Extraction movies are pretty. The first one especially is very fun.
Plays Tyler Rake.
Tyler Rake.
Shout out to Tyler Rake.
But
yeah, I think it probably was just to be like, see, people still care about Thor. You should make a fifth one. Ignore that the last one was bad and the second one was bad and the first one also was bad.
No, first one's good. First one may be the best one.
No way in hell.
I don't know. I got to rewatch them all.
The first one's the second best, but it's not.
I don't know. It could just be. I haven't rewatched Ragnarok since Love and Thunder, but for some weird reason, I feel like Love and Thunder has soured my Ragnarok opinion.
Going back and rewatching Ragnarok through this MCU rewatch I've done, which, by the way, Quantumania has sucked all momentum out of the rewatch. We have not watched a single thing since Quantumania. But
that's fair. Oh, well, you have Guardians next, don't you?
I know, yeah. But now
dude, that's the best MCU movie. Oh, yeah. That's fair.
We'll see. Well, I mean, I have Guardians 1 at 1 and Guardians 2 at 2 right now, my overall ranking. So
you can borrow my 4K if you want.
Oh, all right. I'll probably just stream it on Disney Plus. No chance of breaking anything that way. Well, maybe, but yeah. I mean, rewatching Ragnarok, I just was like,
yeah.
I don't know if I love this as much anymore.
I really like Ragnarok, but now it's kind of like looking back in time, like Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar. Like,
no,
no. Like, come on, just
don't let me go.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a path that. Yeah, I don't know. I really like the first Thor though. I know I'm alone in that, but
yeah,
I think it's really good.
You're on your own for that one for sure.
And they do this really cool thing only a couple times, and it doesn't get old at all. Where they do like a Dutch angle,
and it doesn't get old at all.
Every single shot.
Yeah.
Let's
Thor cam. Like every shot is tilted for no reason in that movie. It's ridiculous. But I will say this. I do like the kind of Shakespearean aspect of the first two Thor movies.
I agree. I think that's fun. I don't hate
I wouldn't mind if they went back to that.
I agree. I think there's probably a middle ground. Like I think Infinity War was kind of a good middle ground. Like that kind of tone for Thor.
He was goofy, but it wasn't like
and
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, exactly. And he's goofy in the sense that he's like mostly bouncing off a raccoon and a tree. And it's like they're kind of laughing at him, whereas he's being sincere for a lot of it.
Right.
Like he's like, oh, they taught Groot on Asgard, which is just a thing. And they're like, it's funny, but he's not trying to be like funny. Right. And it doesn't look like an SNL sketch. My God. Saw a clip of Love and Thunder on the timeline the other day. It's crazy how bad that movie looks.
It's so bad, man.
Oh my God.
And that movie unironically has the line, he's right behind me, isn't it?
First one, I think, too. First MC.
Yeah. Everybody was like, it was a meme about how they always use that line, but it never actually was used. And then they actually were like, he's right behind me, isn't it? Shut up, man.
I have not seen that movie since release, and I don't know if I ever want to.
I saw that movie in IMAX when I was on vacation.
Nice. That's great.
I was like, I've got to see the new Thor movie. Ragnarok was so good.
I do think a Thor 5 has a lot of potential, especially like I think Chris Hemsworth will kind of take control. No, they're just going to forget about that, I'm sure.
Well, I think it was cool though that his daughter played Love in Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
because like the whole reason he said was because of the whole like I'm gonna get dementia thing.
Yeah,
he was like, I'll be able to watch that like forever now.
That is true. Cool. That's sweet. And I think his other kids had like cameos too as the other kids, so that's nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. Who cares? Yeah. That kind of makes it all. That makes it all worth it in a way,
for sure. And moving on. Ooh, I've done the wrong thing here.
It's all right. It's all right.
But yeah, you've got a couple more news here because you watched To Doom. I didn't watch any of it.
Did you watch the first season of Gen V?
No.
Okay, so before we get to the Doom stuff, season 2 trailer came out. Looks good. Looks fun. That's pretty much all we gotta say
Yeah.
about that one.
That's like
You should
Sky High
watch.
The Boys, right?
Yeah, I think at this point, like, it's arguably better than The Boys, maybe. Just because I think the last season of The Boys kind of wasn't that great. But you should watch Gen V. It's really good, I think.
All right. I'll add it
But
to
yeah.
the list.
The never-ending list.
Yeah.
To Doom was this Saturday. Everyone was going crazy. Everyone's been so excited for To Doom, Netflix's biggest event of the year. And we got some exciting stuff. It was a solid show. I don't know. It opened up with the guards from Squid Game dancing for like 10 minutes straight. So
love that.
That was a choice that was made there. Did you watch any of it?
I watched 0 of it. Because
Nice.
I was going to watch
good.
it live. I was going to put it on because I think I was doing something else. And I was like, oh, I'll put To Doom on in the background. That way when they show like Wednesday or anything I don't care about, I don't really have to focus on it.
Yeah.
But then it had like just ended, I guess. So when I pulled it up, it was like the full 2-hour live stream. I was like, all right, I'm not putting that on.
That's fair. Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff, honestly. The most important thing, we got our first look at Dr. Tony Chopper in One Piece Season 2. You didn't watch One Piece Season 1, did you?
No, but I've seen the entire anime. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you have. You should.
No, I've seen it all. I mean, maybe I'll rewatch it before.
Yeah, give it a rewatch. Give it a rewatch. Yeah, who's your favorite character again?
Probably Chopper, but
probably the one name that I've heard.
I like the guy with the.
You're googling. We can.
No. The cigar. The guy with the cigar. I like that guy.
The guy. Oh, Crocodile or Smoker.
Yeah, Smoker. That's my guy.
Nice. I could have said any name there, and you would have said
no, because when you started saying Crocodile, and I was like, no, that's not it.
Of course. But yeah, we got a little look at Chopper, voiced by Michaela Hoover, who voiced Floor in Guardians 3, and will be Cat Grant in James Gunn's Superman. Really, she posted the reveal, and James Gunn commented, "He's awesome," talking about Tony Chopper, which I'm a big fan of that interaction. He's awesome.
I feel like James Gunn like lights up whenever there's just like a small animal creature.
Oh, he does. You know, he really does.
He loves a small little animal.
He loves God. He would James Gunn directing an episode of One Piece live action, make it happen. But yeah, that was pretty much all we got. No big trailer or anything. Comes out 2026. Bit of a wait, which I think it'll be early 2026 though, so it's all right. And they seemingly confirmed season 3. They've been very coy about it, but like in the past, some actors have talked about filming it, so it's pretty much happening. They're just waiting for the announcement, I think. But they did a bit where they were like, "Oh, can we talk about season 3?" And then no one said anything. So I think it's probably happening, even if it's not.
Yeah,
and Netflix is like,
assume.
Yeah, Netflix is like all in on One Piece right now too. They're like, they love One Piece, which I love. So I think they'll be doing this for at least 4 seasons. I hope. We also got the big Stranger Things trailer with like 5 shots of new footage. It's like a 3-minute trailer with a couple seconds of new footage. I gotta say, I think in the past I've said on this show that I'm like, oh, you know, I don't know if I care that much about Stranger Things anymore. It's been so long. Unfortunately, seeing this trailer, I'm right back in it. They got me, and they got me, man. I just gotta. That's what happens with me for Stranger Things for every season. I'm like, you know, like the last one was good. I don't know if I'm that excited. First piece of marketing comes, they do this nostalgia, all the seasons leading up to the new one. I'm in. I'm sold. You got me. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, we saw Noah Schnapp yelling.
Yeah, Noah.
Have you seen people drawing comparisons between that and the yelling police officer meme?
No.
Oh man,
I don't know if I know the yelling police officer meme.
I'll send it to you after this.
Okay.
But it's uncanny, and honestly, the yelling police officer kind of washes him.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, but I think it looks good.
I'll probably watch it. I mean, so
yeah, fair.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna thinking about maybe rewatching the show before that, but that feels like a lot of stuff to rewatch.
Yeah, I think I'll get to it, but I'll say that now and then I won't.
Yeah.
But we've got the first part of the season in November, and then the first 4 episodes in November, then 3 episodes Christmas Day, then 1 episode New Year's Eve. I like this.
Nope.
I think it's so much better than a binge.
It's better than a binge, but more annoying than a binge. And also, just do weekly.
I think less annoying than a binge. I agree, but Netflix is never going to. This is the best we're going to get. And there is a week break between the penultimate episodes and the finale. This is best case scenario, unfortunately.
No, best case scenario is a weekly release.
But they're never going to do a weekly release.
They do weekly releases for stuff now.
When?
John Mulaney show.
I knew you were going to say that. That's a weekly talk show. That's not the same
exactly. Thing. So they have the capability of putting something out once a week.
And that's live, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a little different. I think we can all agree.
Look, but that hurts my argument, so it's not different at all.
In a perfect world, I would definitely prefer weekly. But this is like the best we're going to get, I think.
I guess.
I think we should focus our energy on The Bear, which is doing the binge all at once. Again.
The Bear, I've given up on The Bear, though. They should do weekly, but they're just evil ass.
Yeah.
But I'll forgive them because they release it once a year.
Yeah, that's true. That does help quite a bit.
It's not like I have to wait forever for a new season.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Bear episode, aren't we?
Yep.
We got to binge it that weekend. Get to work. But yeah, I like the Stranger Things release selfishly, just because it's a lot easier to like cover a show when it's not all at once. Right. 8 episodes that are each 2 hours long. Like that's just a nightmare.
And then you're like, here's all the Easter eggs in the finale you missed. And then somebody is like, oh, why'd you spoil the ending? I've only seen 2 episodes.
Exactly. Fair enough.
It's like, I did say everything in the finale in the first 2 seconds of this.
Yeah.
You didn't scroll.
You think that would be enough for some people.
But I wanted to watch this video.
We also got the first look at Wednesday season 2. Hot take, I guess. This looks dreadful. Did you see this? Like, it was the first 6 minutes. I never watched season 1. I don't really care that much. Maybe I'll watch season 2. A big chunk of this, she's like at the airport, and it's like this really long bit about like, I don't know. I thought this looked weird. Haley Joel Osment is there though as a serial killer. That's kind of fun.
It's good for him.
But this looks. I thought this looked rough. Quite frankly,
this show is big with the kids though.
Huge with the kids.
Huge.
The kids love this show. They got Lady Gaga in this season.
Like acting in it?
Like as a character. Yeah, she did a whole dance song thing on stage at Tudum. Yeah.
Yikes.
The kids love Wednesday.
She's picking some great roles, man. Joker 2, Wednesday. She can't be stopped.
She can't be stopped. Someone should, but she can't. We also got, I didn't write it down, but we got the Squid Game trailer. I know you're a Squid Game guy.
Yeah.
I still have to watch season 2, but I think some of the games we see here look fun.
The games in season 2 are pretty fun as well. I was kind of like, it starts out. How much did you watch any of the second season or no?
So the second season, I watched like the first episode, I think, where he's like kind of on the outside. He's got all these people looking for like the guy in the train station. And I liked it. I should really get back to it.
Yeah, it was fun. And then he ends up, this is like not really a spoiler. So
he's back in the games.
He goes back into the games. And then the first thing that they do is red light, green light.
Mm.
And so it's like, I was like,
oh, and he's like, I've played these games before.
I think that's after the game.
Oh, because it's a reveal that he's been there before, I guess.
Yeah. And dude, because I watch it as God intended in Korean with English subtitles.
Got it.
Because why would you listen to the worst version of it? It's just pure laziness. Just read, man. It's not that hard. But
yeah,
hearing him like give like I mean, obviously I don't know because I don't understand Korean, but I'm like, oh yeah, like this guy is like conveying emotion. I understand what he's saying here. He's he's like expressing it. And then the English dubbage, I've played these before. What? Just not matching at all. I mean, dub work is really hard though, because you have to like say it in English and kind of match up the mouth movements as much as you
it's like borderline impossible. And a lot of the times they have to change the lines a little bit just to match up with the voices, so it ends up being like a worse kind of everything.
So it's not really the voice actor's fault, but it's
not. Like, and I think Squid Game season 1's a funny case too, where this was kind of just like a show that like they didn't think it was going to be a big deal, so they didn't like try very hard with the dubs. They just like got the people that do the dubs. Like they didn't really think that much about it, and then it blew up to be the biggest show they've ever had. And
Like, dang, maybe we should have splurged a bit on these dub actors.
yeah.
But
season 3 looks cool. I will watch. I say that
yeah.
all the time, and then I never do. But I will.
No, you have to watch it.
I really liked
Force
season
you
1.
by gunpoint.
I liked the first episode of season 2. I don't know why I do this. I still have to finish Succession too. Can you believe that? I know. I do this with every show ever. I go into the craziest, locked in, binge almost all of it, get to like the last 2, and I'm like, well, I don't want it to be over forever. I still haven't seen the finale of Better Call Saul. I watched everything else except the finale. It's ridiculous. I don't know why I do this.
Dude, okay, so this, I think I'm going to just show up at your house one day and just force you to finish Succession.
Yeah, I have to finish Succession. I know.
And then if you don't watch season 2 of Squid Game before season 3, like 2 days before,
I will watch Squid Game.
I'm going to threaten you until you watch it all.
I'm going to watch it because I think it's like this sounds very selfish, but like people love Squid Game, so I want to like make videos about it. So I will watch season 2.
Yeah, man.
It's like a big deal.
It's all over TikTok during season 2.
It's all over TikTok, and I need ideas, man. So Squid Game will help. And okay, we'll finish up this To Doom thing. Sorry, I keep just going. But we got the Wake Up Dead Men. We got a little teaser. Yes. The cast and the name reveal. Interestingly enough, Jeremy Renner not playing Jeremy Renner when Jeremy Renner does exist as a guy in this universe.
Oh yeah,
that's really funny.
They should have him play himself.
I can totally see a world where they do like someone's gonna say, "Don't you look like Jeremy Renner?"
Or what if he's like Jeremy Renner's cousin?
Yeah, they'll do something like that. That would be fun. Sweet moment too when he came out on the Tudum stage. They had them all come out one by one. Came out and gave him a standing ovation.
Yeah.
Cheers. Did my mic cut out?
For like half a second, but it wasn't like
we'll power through. I can tell by the back. I can tell by the look on your face. Oh, maybe it's when I move my chair.
Could be.
Okay. But yeah, Jeremy Renner came out. Really sweet moment. Standing O, loudest applause of the night. Thought that was nice. It's crazy that he's just back to Jeremy Renner. Like he's walking. It's so crazy, dude. My God. Yeah.
Did you see they found Jeremy Renner's burner on Twitter?
No.
I'll see if I can find that and send it. It was like this bot account that was like just like a random name, and the profile picture was just the letter B. And it was like the only thing that this account responded to was like people making Jeremy Renner app jokes. And he would just say, "You're a bot," or "unoriginal," or he would call them the R word.
Wait, I think he replied to my tweet.
No way.
Hold on, let me pull this. Sorry, everybody. Exhilarating content.
Jeremy Renner, I think it is his account, though, because why would anyone else make an account just to defend Jeremy Renner?
So this might be a different guy than you're talking about. This is, I guess I shouldn't. No, it's fine. So I quote tweeted the Jeremy Renner joke, and I said, this joke will literally never get old for me because it just won't. I think it's so funny. And this guy replied, Aaron Reynolds, he replied and blocked me for that. And his whole feed is just NPC to anyone who makes the Jeremy Renner joke.
Wait, what's the guy's name?
Aaron Reynolds?
Yeah, that's the guy.
No way. Oh my God, I'm honored.
Aaron Slayer 01, NPC odd joke.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm going through his replies. It's just
NPC.
A couple of slurs in here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
NPC. Wow, I'm honored. Oh my God. Oh, he's also he just does the Jeremy Renner jokes and defends J.K. Rowling.
Nice. Oh my God.
Dude, that's incredible.
His fake name is even an anagram for his real name?
Wait, oh, no way.
No, there's no J. What are they talking about?
He even gets mad at people not talking about someone tweeted Jeremy Renner was the only person who played Hawkeye, literally never seen any of those movies. And he replied, "Get a load of this guy."
I will say somebody posted like a screenshot of a bunch of his Aaron Reynolds replies about Jeremy Renner's burner account. The top reply: "If only there was an app to talk about this burner account."
Oh, that's incredible.
It sucks
Oh,
that the
that's
Jeremy
awesome.
Renner app is closed, man.
I know.
What an app
If
that was.
unironically, if he like relaunched it,
It'd be
everyone would
huge.
get it. It would be like the biggest app in the world.
Yeah. Well, speaking of biggest in the world here, real quick. Well, we've also got Frankenstein in to do. Looks great. Sucks it's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, just real quick on Wake Up Dead Man.
Oh yeah.
We got the cast and their names, which I think is interesting that they revealed the names. The killer is either Josh Brolin, Jeremy Renner, or Thomas Hayden Church.
How do you know that?
It's always a Marvel guy. We got 3 Marvel guys in this one to throw us off. Right?
Interesting.
But yeah, Wake Up Dead Man seems cool. Kind of a horror vibe. Like it.
Yeah.
And Frankenstein, awesome, dude. Looks great. I do think it has that kind of digital sheen to it in some shots, which I don't like. You hate to see it, but it's a Netflix thing, so you know.
Yeah.
But
It
some
just
the
sucks
other
it's not a movie that's going to be in
I
theaters.
know. I'm hoping they do the at least week in theaters for
That'd be nice. I mean, if it's going to push for awards, it has to be in theaters for a certain amount of time.
Well, I think a
But
lot of
that'll
the
just
time
be
they
LA
just
and New York.
yeah, not even that. I think sometimes they just put it in their Netflix theater and just show it to nobody. I think that was a thing at one point where they just did that. But yeah, I hope
make
these
a
are
Netflix theater at the new one that they're building in New Jersey.
Oh yeah, true. We have one like 20 minutes away
Be
from
able
us.
to see it. That'd be sick.
I would take it, man. I just want to see these on the theater so bad. I saw Glass Onion in the theater, really enjoyed it. Then I watched it again on Netflix and I didn't like it as much, shockingly.
Yeah.
I like what I said about Frankenstein. Most of the shots are beautiful. Like it looks incredible. It's just there's like that one shot with the ship, and I'm like, oh, that's a Netflix thing. But that's the only one, and I think it looks incredible. And it will forever hurt me that Andrew Garfield had to step away from the project.
Yeah,
I will always think of that for the rest of my life. But it looks really cool. I'm really excited for it.
Heck yeah. And last bit of news here before we fully move on. This like just came out. The first trailer for Wicked for Good comes out tomorrow.
Yes, that's true. They're doing a theater thing where you can go see Wicked, and then they're doing the trailer at the end. But that's not till like 6 p.m., 3-hour movie. So I'm guessing they're not going to release it till like 9 p.m. Unless everyone that doesn't go to see it in the theaters gets to see it first, or they could do it before the movie, I guess. I'm assuming they would do it after.
They could do what they did with the Superman trailer with Minecraft, where they're like, go see Minecraft. That's the only way you can see the trailer. 15 minutes before the trailer played in theaters, they posted it online.
Yeah, that's true. I bet they do just do it right at 6.
So,
and we're also getting a Fantastic Four trailer tomorrow. That one's not as like confirmed, but I think rumor has it.
Heck
so yeah. I'm really excited for Wicked 2, honestly. I never expected to like Wicked as much as and yeah, I'm tuned in. Okay, Wicked movie plus Wicked for Good trailer debut, but it doesn't say which is which. Feature, yeah, it doesn't specify.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, I guess we can
after an hour of yap, we can get on to the
move on to Bring Her Back. Good thing we pushed it back a day because we would not have been able to fit this in yesterday.
I know, that's true. Yeah, so we saw Bring Her Back 2 weeks ago now.
At this point, yeah.
So I am like a little. I do remember it. I'm just like I don't know how insightful I'm going to be able to be.
Yeah, I don't know how insightful I'll be, but I know that I really liked this movie a lot.
I did as well. Yeah,
it was freaky, man. It wasn't scary in like a traditional scary movie sense.
Yeah, very little jump scares, if any. Maybe not even. Just
I don't remember any.
An atmosphere of just pure dread, and it's depressing, and it's just nauseating at points. It's just a dreadful experience, but like in a positive way. It's tough, man. It's horrifying.
Yeah. There's the one sequence that like was the hardest to watch where the kid just starts biting the table.
Yeah, that and
Wood is like splintering and like.
the knife was.
Oh, the knife.
If I think about the knife, it genuinely like. I guess spoilers for the movie. We'll just get
Yeah.
right into it. Basic premise is these kids, their father passes away, so they have to go off with a foster family. It's an older son and a younger daughter who's visually impaired.
Yes.
They want to stick together. So one woman, what's her name?
Sally Hawkins.
Sally Hawkins. I think her name is Laura. Maybe Laura.
I believe.
I'm sticking with Laura. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. And so she takes both of them in, and she has a weird little freak son who has no hair and is shirtless all the time and tries to kill her cat. Could anything be going on there? Probably fine.
You're right. Her name is Laura, by the way.
Let's go, baby. So it seems like something supernatural is afoot here, and as the movie progresses, it's kind of, oh man. So yeah, I guess we're in spoilers, right?
Yeah.
So like she's trying to bring her daughter. Her daughter passed away. I think months prior to this taking place, if not like a year. I don't think it's been a super long time.
I think it's. I was under the assumption that it was like a year.
Okay, that makes sense to me. So it's been a bit, and she wants to bring her back. And she stumbled upon this satanic manual to bring people back. How did she get it? We don't know, but I think it's cool that we don't know. I like how this world just kind of like this stuff happens, and it's not like we dive into it for a long time. I believe it's been confirmed it's the same world as Talk to Me also, so that kind of fleshes it out a little bit. Earth, yeah, exactly. From the universe of The Office. But yeah, so she has this weird little demon freak boy who and she locks him up all the time. And she's trying to bring her daughter back. He's trying to like help in a weird way. She's kidnapped to this kid. Really like that reveal.
That was fun.
So I'm just kind of yapping. Sorry, I'll let you take over.
No, that's fine. Oh, my turn.
Your turn. Popcorn reading.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really freaky, man. Yeah, I was kind of expecting it to be more of a traditional horror movie because I hadn't seen Talk to Me.
Talk to Me, yeah. And so I was expecting it to be more fun because Talk to Me is like really, it's got that atmosphere similar to this, but it's fun in between. It's like teenagers hanging out there having fun.
Yeah.
This has none of the fun.
Yeah. Well, it does have a little bit of the fun when the brother character keeps getting his pants pissed.
Yeah, this lady's a freak.
Laura is pissing in a cup and throwing it on him every night.
Yeah, she's insane. Oh, really awesome bit too, where she just punches the sleeping girl while she's asleep. Just
right in the face. And then she's like, "You did that, actually."
Yeah, I think you did it. You're wetting your pants. Obviously, it was.
Yeah, you're unstable, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was points during this where I thought the reveal was going to be that like nothing supernatural was happening, and she's just like been abusing this poor kid, and now she's like convinced herself this is all happening, but that is not the case, which I think is for the best.
Yeah, there's some real freak shit going on.
Real freak shit, and this poor kid, man. So we find out he was kidnapped a couple weeks back, and oh my god, these scenes of this child, and he's like eating dead bodies, and I found it really sweet how the older brother was kind of trying to look after him before he knew what was going on, but of course it backfires spectacularly where he hands him this knife with fruit, and he's holding the knife sideways, and just, oh my god, I can't even think about it.
Starts chomping on the knife. I mean, to be fair, the older brother was a bit of an idiot for handing. He messaged someone on Snapchat like this kid is a freak.
Yeah,
and he got in trouble for it because
and she got pissed.
She's like, "Oh yeah, is he a freak?"
The 8-year-old with a demon inside of him. Yeah, I think he's a freak, Lord, and I think it's your fault.
But he hands this freaky 8-year-old a knife. Never a good idea.
And then turns away.
Yeah, just crazy.
Yeah.
Oh well, because what it was he cut him some fruit, and he was like, "You've got to talk before I'll give you."
Yeah.
The fruit is on the knife, hey man, take the fruit off the knife.
For the love of God.
And don't turn around if you're feeding an 8-year-old fruit on a
Freak.
knife.
An 8-year-old freak,
An
nonetheless.
8-year-old freak, yes. I'm leaving out a key detail.
And the scene you talked about where he's on the oh my God, man, on the counter,
gnawing on the table,
the splinters are going up and his teeth are getting destroyed. This poor kid, man.
That was like the scene where you got to like watch through your fingers. It was rough.
The Philippou brothers, they love torturing a child. Some scenes in Talk to Me that are really hard to watch for a similar reason. I think this one's probably worse just in terms of having to see that. Oh my God, man. It was really brutal. And so this kid has to stay in this circle. The demon has to stay in the circle. If the kid leaves, he like loses the demon kind of.
He gets unpossessed.
He gets unpossessed. And Laura's trying to use this demon to bring back her daughter. How exactly? I kind of forget.
The demon, I think, takes the life from someone else and can transfer it to the dead body, I believe.
That makes sense. So she's using this visual. Oh, her daughter was all blind. So she's using this young girl. Her hope is to get her daughter's soul into her body through the demon, like you said. That's true. I kind of forgot his whole role there. And I think I could be wrong here. I could have misread it. I think the demon is like her nephew, is the soul of her nephew who we see really briefly during a pool party.
Yes, I think so.
She refers to the demon by his name.
Yes.
And she says that he has like red curly hair, and that's what the nephew. So I guess the nephew also passed away at some point.
I think that was because we see kind of video clips. There's obviously a video tutorial and that she's following throughout the thing, but there's also like clips from, I believe, the first time they did like this kind of ritual where I believe they killed the nephew and transferred his body.
I gotcha.
I think I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I didn't know if I misread the nephew thing because she does call. I forget the name. And she says he has red hair, so I think that's what it means. And like that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's just sad. It's just like this woman is clearly, she used to be like normal. Like she used to be like a social worker kind of thing.
Yeah.
The people respect her in the community, and she lost her daughter and just like completely broke and went down this path, and it's just sad. And she, you know, at the end, I'm like rooting for her to die. I'm like, yeah, let's like get her to the little girl. And then at the very end, it's just like the most heartbreaking thing where you really feel for her. Like she is a sympathetic character despite being kind of a monster. And it's just kind of. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Kidnaps multiple children.
Kills one of them.
Yeah.
That was a brutal scene too, where he's drowned after getting ran over by the car.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I've said this a lot since watching this. I don't know why this has stuck out to me so much. Shout out to the social worker character in this movie that the kid goes to. I've so many horror movies, almost all of them, I would say, this exact situation. The kid would go to talk to that social worker lady. She would call him insane, kick him out, maybe call the cops. And she kind of does think he's insane, but she follows up and she goes to the house. And I just thought that was so weirdly refreshing to see like this being taken somewhat seriously, even if she doesn't fully like believe it. I don't know. That's like, just for some reason, that was like my favorite part. Just the fact that like she listened to him.
And she's like you can tell she doesn't even believe it when she gets there because she's 100%. Talking to Laura and she's like, yeah, I mean, he said it, so I've got to check it out. You know how it is. And then she's looking through and then she notices some blood on Laura and she's like, you're bleeding. Yeah. And then Laura's like, well, time to go full mask off, psycho.
Yeah, exactly. And she doesn't even look like that good. Like there's in Laura's bathroom, you could see like all of the freak shit is in the sink and the mirror smashed. And she like kind of looks and Laura's like, you're good. You don't have to go in there. So like, but still Laura sells and puts blood on her face and then tries to kill them and then does kill them.
She sold, man. She almost had her daughter back.
And the big like moment is she's drowning the little girl to get the daughter's soul in her, and the little girl comes up and yells, "Mom" or "Mommy," I forget which one. I think "Mommy" maybe. and that's like Laura kind of snaps out of it a little bit and like comes to. And so I've seen some people interpret that as her thinking that the soul went over to the new girl. That's not what I personally took from it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it's kind of like a moment for like kind of come to her senses a little bit, realize what's going on, and she just like grabs her daughter's frozen corpse and floats in this pool. And it just, that's the last shot of the movie. I think it just kind of zooms up, and it's just devastating as the girl and the little boy leave. Luckily, I feel so bad for that kid, man. The cops find him, and he's, I mean, what? Oh, the poor kid. He ate a body. Like he's, he
and
gets
they were
out.
like, what? His last name was something Bird. I think it was Jason Bird. Maybe was his name.
Yeah, something like that.
And that's what. So he didn't have the kid speak. He's like, well, if you're not going to speak, you got to write something to get this fruit on a knife. And he just writes Bird. So
yeah, it's so sad. And then kind of after that, he's kind of coming to a little bit, and Laura like tortures him again to get the bag. Yeah. And just a really beautiful moment where he steps over the line. It's really beautiful. It's like the worst thing I've ever seen, where he steps over the line and is in like immense pain. And I think there's a couple of different ways to interpret that. I'm curious what you thought. I've seen people say like it's kind of the demon showing empathy and letting him, or like him just overpowering the demon. I took it as him like overpowering the demon, but I kind of like that read.
Yeah, I think because his soul is wrestling with the demon inside of him. And then, like, because we see him looking at the borderline, and he's looking at it, and then it just feels like he just kind of overpowers him and is able to take control back.
I agree.
From the brainwashing and the demon inside of him.
Yeah. So. And he steps over the line, and he's just laying there screaming as like the demon kind of leaves, and this poor kid, man. Oh, it's just brutal.
I gotta say, for having like, I mean, 3 out of the 4 main people in this movie are all kids, and like all the performances were like really good.
Really good. And the little girl, it was the first time ever acting. Her mom just thing somewhere and just submitted her for fun.
Yeah.
Incredible. And the little boy's really good.
Yeah, and I think the older brother was like, because it was a secret screening we saw it at, so the Filippo brothers came out before, and they were like,
and they kind of spoiled it.
They did.
They really did. Funny. Straight up, it was funny.
But yeah, I mean, not that it was like didn't like ruin the movie or anything.
Yeah. If you saw the
just
trailer,
like there's
and,
a demon boy.
Yeah, a possessed demon boy. I was like,
I was like, oh, I guess that's the possessed demon boy, the little freak. But I think they said that the older brother was like the youngest person to be Emmy nominated or win an Emmy or something. Wow. So I guess that guy cooks, apparently.
Yeah, he was great.
I'm gonna see if who that guy was.
Billy I really Barrett, like the Filippo brothers. Is it Filippo or Filippo?
I have no idea, but I'm gonna say Filippo just because I think saying Filippo sounds naughtier. Oh my gosh!
What?
Hang on. He's the youngest winner of an International Emmy Award for Best Actor at the age of 13 for his role in the television film Responsible Child. Came out in 2019. So he's 17 years old currently. Born in 2007. Christ. That sucks to see.
Oh!
But
I saw a kid the other day with a shirt that said Class of 2038.
Oh my God. That's horrible. But so Billy Barrett is his name. Middle name Ace, by the way. That's cool.
That is.
He was in My Spy: The Eternal City, that Dave Bautista movie. You see that?
Oh, I did not see that. I've missed all Dave Bautista releases recently. I got to get to In the Lost Lands.
Yes, that one apparently some people like. But Billy Barrett, you'll know him from this hit movie from last year, Kraven the Hunter.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You didn't see Kraven the Hunter?
I know. I'm gonna watch it soon. I did not see it. Can you believe
young
that?
Kraven.
It came out right when Marvel Rivals came out.
Right.
And so I saw nothing from like December to February.
Fair enough.
Oh, I do have to watch it. Interesting. I can't believe he's in Kraven.
Yeah, he's I think young Kraven or young Kraven's brother.
That's incredible.
Oh no. Sergei's Craven, right? He's young
Yeah,
Craven's
Sergei
brother.
Kravenov.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
young Fred Heschinger.
Oh, Young Chameleon.
Young Chameleon, yeah.
So,
Spoiler.
speaking of, sorry, yeah, that's true.
You have to watch Craven. It is
I'm gonna.
so
I think it's
bad.
on Netflix. I'm gonna.
Yes.
I will. I'll get to it. It's just like, oh, yeah. I'll play it when I'm holding Mario Kart on the new Switch and I don't have to pay super close attention.
Yeah.
That's the dream for
You got to
Craven
lock
Hunter.
into the chameleon scenes, man. It's so great.
Hell yeah.
His chameleon powers rock.
Speaking of a character from a Marvel movie and bring her back, the Filippo brothers reportedly had a general meeting with Marvel. What do we think?
It's true. I don't know what movie they would make.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of imagine them doing anything that isn't like 100% them. Like they left Street Fighter. They like it seems like they want to do original horror stuff, but rumor has it that like post Secret Wars we're really diving into the supernatural stuff.
That could be cool.
That would be awesome. But I do think if you're Marvel, you got to just let them cook. Like I
know what movie they're doing.
Blade.
No, the Filippo brothers. They were gonna do Street Fighter, weren't able to do Street Fighter. Now that's moving forward with someone else. And then they were talking about, oh, we'd love to do Street Fighter still, but they can't. So then they take this meeting with Marvel. They're doing Marvel versus Capcom.
Let's go. That would be awesome.
So you can book that now.
That's true. I'm looking forward to it.
So when that gets announced, pull this clip up. I called it. I want my credit.
Hell yeah. Could you imagine if that really happens? That would be incredible.
I could see it. Marvel needs money now. Thunderbolts flopped.
Thunderbolts, second biggest loss for a Marvel movie, about $100 million loss. And that one hurts extra because there's like no merch. Like it's not like no kids are buying Red Guardian action figures kind of thing. There's no Lego sets, I don't think. Like, it sucks, man.
They should have made a Lego Watchtower, man. What are they doing?
They should have. But yeah, I'd love for the Philippines to do Midnight Suns. I mean, it's not a very original thought, but I think them with those characters would be incredible. But again, I think Marvel would really just have to step back and let them like do something. Like, I don't want like a sanitized Filippo brothers Marvel movie.
You'll get in that.
I know exactly. Like you gotta just terrible comparison. Give them the Taika Waititi treatment. Give them unbridled, full control. Hopefully they use it better.
It is really funny that the one time they're like, all right, the director can cook on this. He makes Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, it is brutal.
That sucks.
But yeah, I'd love to see him tackle Man-Thing as a character, Moon Knight, even like all of them coming together. Blade, Werewolf by Night, who I really love. I'd love to see him again. Put them on a team. Also, Bloodstone. Like
I forgot about Werewolf by Night. That was a fun little romp.
Potential there. That was directed by one of your close personal friends.
It's true, Michael Giacchino, my good friend.
Yeah, we should get him on.
Score.
Maybe. Yeah. I think he was rumored to direct Midnight Suns at one point. If he does, can you get him on for us?
Yeah, I'll have my people talk to his people, or I'll just tweet at him on Twitter again.
That is
see if he knows his.
Maybe that'll work.
But yeah, I think now. I didn't even say this in the beginning. I don't. Maybe I did. That we're gonna do a horror movie draft here.
Oh, you did, I think.
Okay. Well, if I did, good. If not, surprise.
We said we're not gonna. We said we'll cover everything pretty quickly, so we should add a draft at the end. And this is gonna be our longest episode yet, but it's okay.
Oh well. I got excited by this draft, thinking about
this draft
all
is
the
fun.
Different things. So we're gonna do a horror movie draft here. We're gonna have another poll. I'm gonna lose again here. Emmett's about to go up 3-0. Emmett's the horror movie guy, and I'm pandering right now. I'm trying to get some pity votes if I can.
No, but I do think that could be good for you.
Oh, you think
I have a couple
too niche?
I have not that many, but I have a couple that are like, I don't know if it's like general. I also don't know how I'm going to make the like infographic for this draft.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out.
Got to get cooking on Canva here.
Yeah, I clearly I'm so good at the others. I guess
I could try and swing at one and see if I can.
if you want to, you can. I mean, I just drag pictures into Canva and try. It's really not like well made or anything.
Okay. All right. Well,
I guess who goes first? You go first since
we
I
can
got the
flip
last one?
we can flip a coin.
Okay.
We'll flip a coin. But before we flip that coin and see who goes first, I'm just going to read off the list of the categories here so the listeners know. So, horror movie draft. You've got to take a killer/villain from a horror movie. You've got to take the final survivor from a horror movie, the setting of a horror movie, a death scene, and a weapon. Those are going to be the 5 picks. And
hell yeah.
With that, I think we should get to flipping.
I do think we might have some that you might question, that we might have to discuss a little bit if it works.
I think I have one potentially debatable if it's a horror movie or not.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Just because I didn't think it was controversial, but then I ran my picks by my girlfriend last night, and she was like, "Does that count as a horror movie?" And I said, "I think we'll sure."
Find out. Are we doing wild card? Did you say wild card?
I did not say wild card.
Okay, I'm good.
Do you want to add a wild card?
I'm good either way. I just want to miss it.
I think if we just stick to these 5, and we can even run back a horror movie draft in October when it probably makes more sense to do.
Because I have so many options for all of these. It's cartoonish how many.
Once again, I wrote down my pick and then an alternate.
Yeah, smart. I don't know why.
Sometimes I wrote down a third, but I'm excited for the honorable mentions part.
For setting, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wrote down 11 different settings.
I have 2. I have the one I want, and then maybe if that's taken. So, all right, I have a Pokemon coin here. Nice. Should I flip this? You want Sprigatito or Pokemon?
I'll go Sprigatito.
All right. Oh God. So wait, should I flip it and then do that, or just a straight flip?
I feel like it was Sprigatito when you're trying.
All right, straight flip.
I'm good either way.
Sprigatito again.
Let's go.
You will be going first.
Okay. So the question here is, what do I think you could? I should have checked your letterbox, all of the horror movies that you've seen.
There's not that many, because I checked and I was like, dang, I don't want to take stuff from most of these.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to check it now, you can.
I'm only really worried. Yeah, I could check, but I don't want to drag this down too much. You know what? This is the only one I think we might have similar, and I don't even know if we would. I'm going to take Killer, and I'm going to go with my boy Sam from Trick or Treat, my goat.
I've never seen Trick or Treat.
Okay.
That's a good pick, though. Solid pick.
Thank you.
I had 2 that I wrote down initially for the Killer, but then I realized, like, in almost every single, like, other category, I had stuff written down from those 2 movies, so I was like, I'm gonna go with a third here.
Nice.
It'll be kind of fun. But I'm not gonna take that one yet. I'm gonna take. I think I'll take setting first.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm gonna take the Nostromo from Alien.
Ooh, that's a really good.
Because I think that setting is really fun. A horror movie set on a spaceship is like. That's got to be like the scariest spot. Because like most other places, you're like, okay, just get in a car and go somewhere else. But
that's a really good pick. That's a great pick.
Thank you.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had the Alien from Alien written down as killer options, but I was like, I don't think
that's good too. I had another written down for Killer that now I'm like, oh.
Who was the other? Oh, well, I guess I still have a pick, so maybe don't say it yet.
I'll say it at the end.
Okay. Now, where do you go next?
Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, are you writing down who's picking what? Or?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I'm going to pick setting as well.
Ooh.
And I'm going to pick the Shimmer from Annihilation.
Oh. Interesting.
Have you seen Annihilation?
Nope. I'm really when I looked on my letterbox of what horror movies I had logged on, I'm like my horror bag is severely lacking.
Dude, you
So
got it.
this
They're
fall
fun.
is going to be a huge horror movie era, I think, for me.
Yeah. Oh, we should make a list.
Yeah, we might have to. The horror movie essentials that I've got to see.
Yes. Oh my god.
I
So
think I'm gonna.
Annihilation, I do think it could be debated about horror, but on Letterboxd, horror is one of the genres listed. It's science fiction and horror. I would argue it's
I'll
horror
count it.
generally, but for the
I mean,
people
I
out
can't
there
argue
that might
against it.
disagree, I think it's definitely horror. Personally, it's scary.
All right. I think I'm torn between Weapon or Final Survivor because I'm gonna go Final Survivor here because I
Okay.
think there is like the clear number one for me, but I do really like my alternate.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with Sydney Prescott for
Yeah.
Final Survivor.
Yeah, I did have her.
mean, she's the GOAT. She's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I guess she's not the final girl because there's one other that
No,
I
she's
would
the
give that
final girl
title,
for me.
but she's probably my favorite final girl. I'm going to pick Final Survivor as well. Now, I would like to say the name of this is Final Survivor, not Final Girl.
Yes, because I didn't want it to be just have to be
Okay.
a girl or whatever.
So I'm going to go with Gizmo from the Gremlins.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, I'll allow it.
How do we feel about that? He's the last Mogwai.
That's true, I guess, but I guess I'll count it, but
we can disagree. We can discuss.
Know, but I just like don't know. I guess based off of how that's, I don't know if I can say it's not. It doesn't count.
Because like the people, his boy Alex is still
right. I think that'll count. I guess.
Thanks, man.
I'm looking at the Gremlins.fandom and it said one of his dislikes is getting wet.
It's arguably the biggest one.
All right. So you've got Gizmo and what was the setting from Annihilation?
The Shimmer.
The Shimmer. All right.
I'm
gonna go with Weapon now, I think.
Good pick.
Because I don't think you'll take my death scene, and you've already taken Killer. I'm gonna go with the cricket bat from Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, I did have that written.
Let's go.
Is that the one that you weren't sure is horror?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, that one. Yeah, that one is the most maybe not horror. The other one,
I think it counts.
The other one I had in Final Survivor, which we've both picked, so I can say it now, I guess. I had Sammy from Sinners written down as a potential option.
Oh yeah, that counts. That's horror.
Because I was like, that's kind of modern. I'll get the youth involved.
That's
on the
good
vote.
Pick. That is a really good pick.
But I mean, I can't take anything over Sydney Prescott for that. All right, back to you here. Now, what, 2 picks left?
Yeah, death or weapon. I really don't think you're gonna take the same death scene as me.
I would be shocked if we had the same death scene.
Me too. Oh man, okay. There's some good options here. I'm gonna go with, I don't know the exact name. 1 second.
Ooh. He's Googling, he's cheating. But I like, honestly, know. if we have the same death scene, that would there's no way. There's actually no way that we have the same death scene.
Okay. So the name isn't important. I'm going with dog killing the little girl in When Evil Lurks.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's got its fan base.
Okay.
It's cult, and it's like one of the craziest death scenes I've ever seen.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, I thought of this one like right away, and I'm not going to pick anything else. This is maybe not. Oh, what do you think I'm going to go with? I'm curious. Well, I already have mine. I'm not changing my answer.
Yeah, but what if I say one that's so good that you change?
There's nothing that's going to top this.
Okay.
To me.
I personally, my thought is that you're gonna pick the digestion scene in Nope.
Oh, that's really good. Actually, I'm gonna change that. No. I'm sticking with mine. I like my pick a lot. This is a personal pick for sure.
Ooh.
I mean, most of these were personal picks because I've only seen about like 5 horror movies in my life. So, I was thinking about maybe going with the chest burster scene in Alien, iconic, but I went with one that I like more. This is a modern pick here, the most modern pick I have. I don't remember the character's name, but I'm going with Eduardo Franco's character's death in Y2K. where he goes to skate and he goes to grind on the basketball pole that fell over and he just falls and dies. That was, I think, one of the hardest I've laughed in a theater.
That is really good. That is really good. That's a great pick, and then they'll just have to like walk by him.
Yeah, and like he's just like, that's it. They're just like, oh, all right.
Oh, I didn't even think of Y2K. There's like a ton of great options.
Yeah,
that is a great pick.
Thank you. So, back to you for your final pick.
Weapon.
Ooh.
Arguably one of this and Killer, I think, two. Actually, Death is and Setting. Never mind. They're all pretty tough. Just gonna list them all. I have two that I really, really want to take here. And then I have a couple that I also want to take. But I'm gonna go with what I think is the most fun and unique. I'm gonna go with the cotton candy gun from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's a good pick.
Thank you.
Good pick. All right. So your draft is ended. How are you feeling?
My draft is ended. I'm feeling pretty good. I think I stuck to myself, you know?
Can I say I'm shocked? I thought that you were, well, I guess I'm not that shocked because I just thought that there would be some substance representation in this.
I know. Oh, well, it's all over my... It's pretty much included in every option.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, I'll finish out my pick with my killer pick here. And I wrote down, obviously, Alien from Alien. I also wrote down Ghostface because Scream is like the only horror franchise that I've seen every movie in.
Great picks.
But I'm going to go with a bit of a modern classic here. I'm going to take the Babadook.
Oh, nice pick. I thought you were going to say Longlegs for a second.
No, that would be a fun pick, though, as well. Just Nick
That's
Cage's
a good
Longlegs.
pick, the Babadook.
So I'm going with the Babadook.
Good pick.
I'm feeling good about my picks. I'll say it.
Yeah, I think you've got a strong.
I think
lineup.
Mine are, since I've only seen like the basic movies, mine are like more basic.
And so then you also have the Y2K in there.
Yeah.
Oh man, good draft. So I'll repeat what we've got.
Yes.
For Killer, I'll go one at a time. My draft is Killer, Sam, Trick or Treat, Setting, The Shimmer, Annihilation, Death, the dog killing the little girl in When Evil Lurks, Final Survivor, Gizmo, Weapon, Cotton Candy Gun.
Okay.
Brandon's Killer / Villain, Babadook, Setting, the Nostromo, Death. I forgot his name. I said Y2K Argyle. But the skateboard Death and Y2K.
Let me see. I'll look up his character's name. Eduardo Franco. Oh, come on. Just tell me who it is. All right. You can keep reading through. I'll pull it up here.
Final Survivor, Sidney Prescott, Weapon, Cricket Bat. Sidney Prescott might make you win that alone, and then you have
Sidney Prescott's a big get. His character's name in Y2K was Farkas.
Obviously, how could I forget?
Yeah. Oh, why is Y2K a 4.8 on IMDb? What's going on here?
Oh, I thought it was Letterboxd scoring. I was like, holy shit. People love Y2K.
No, people hate Y2K.
People do. It's a very specific
I love Y2K, man.
I love Y2K too. It's
thought it
like
was so
my
cool.
ideal situation in a movie where like it starts out fairly normal and then it just completely loses its mind to the end and everyone is dumb and I think it's very fun.
I've got Y2K on VHS, man.
What? That's so sick.
Yeah, they did a release on VHS.
That's sick.
Heck yeah. Dude, I mean, it's so funny. I love
It's
that
really
movie.
funny. But that's the thing, it's like a very specific type of humor.
Yeah.
Like I get why people don't like it. I can't disagree with that. It's either
for sure, but
you get
makes
it
me
or
laugh.
you don't. It made
That's
me
true.
I wish I saw it in theaters. That was a
I
big
saw it
miss on my
twice
part.
in theaters, man.
I think it was around the time Marvel Rivals.
I think it was, yeah, because it was like towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
Oh, what a banger.
Should we do honorable mentions?
Yeah, we can run through some honorable mentions.
Who'd you have for killer?
I mean, I only had Babadook, Ghostface, and Alien from Alien.
That's a good pick. I had Ghostface, Michael Myers, The Entity from It Follows, one of my favorites.
Ooh,
Longlegs
from
Smile.
Mission Impossible.
Oh, Sam, of course, and then the one that part of me wishes I took, but I couldn't betray my boy Sam, Godzilla, who's another one of my boys, who I think fits here.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Final survivors. Who'd you have?
I had Sidney Prescott and Sammy from Sinners. Preacher Boy.
Oh, nice. I just had, this is my lightest lineup. I just did Sydney, Lori, and Gizmo because once I thought of Gizmo, come on.
Fair enough. So you think JLC in Halloween is the final girl?
I think she's the final girl.
Mm.
I mean, she predates Sydney.
Right. Just because she predates doesn't mean that.
I think that's true, but
it's like Jordan versus LeBron. Yeah, Jordan was first, but LeBron's better.
That analogy works perfectly for me.
There you go.
No, I think Lori Prescott's more accurate. I think Halloween's just generally more accurate. And the first Halloween is so good. I think I like the first Scream more probably.
First Scream is great.
But the first Halloween, I mean, I think I have them both at stars. So it's like
fair enough.
What'd you have for setting?
I had the Nostromo, but I was like, I'm taking that. The only way I don't take that is if you took it ahead of me.
Okay.
And then I had just like Camp Crystal Lake.
Oh, that's a good one. I had The Mist from The Mist. The I don't know what the word would be, but the lair in Cabin in the Woods. Elizabeth/Sue's apartment in The Substance. Nothing that crazy even happens there necessarily. I just such a cool spot.
Apartment.
I had the Winchester from Shaun of the Dead, the train from Busan.
Train on the way to Busan.
Of course. The farm in Signs, the Shimmer from Annihilation, the hotel in The Shining, because the catacombs from As Above, So Below. Yeah, thank you. I was like, so or as, and then the fair from Terrifier. 2 specifically because the first one sucks.
That's fun. Death Scene. What I feel like you said Death Scene was the weakest, or no? Which one did you say?
The final survivors for me.
Okay. Yeah, I only had the Y2K or chest burster scene, or the opening from Scream.
I don't want to spoil some of these.
If you want to hold them, you can hold them, and we can do another.
It's true, but I'm kind of proud of some of them.
You can fire them off. I'll probably forget.
You haven't seen Hereditary, right?
I have not.
Okay, so I'll just say there's a death scene in Hereditary. I think everyone who's seen it knows which one. The digestion scene from Nope. I was close to picking that because that makes me feel ill. The bedroom kill in Terrifier 2. Ugh. The tanning bed kill in Final Destination 3. The old cave scene death. The beach that makes you old. Yeah, that's the one. There's a scene in a cave in that where someone's like rapidly aging and all the bones are breaking, and it is just disgusting. Casey and Scream, just kind of iconic. I also said Tatum in Scream, also iconic.
That one's great as well.
And then I just had the dog from When Evil Lurks because that scene just shocks me.
Heck yeah. And then weapon, I had the cricket bat from Shaun of the Dead or
Great
Freddy
pick.
Krueger's knife fingers,
Great
glove,
pick.
whatever.
I also had the cricket bat, and I also had the glove from Freddy Krueger,
Okay.
and I had the cotton candy gun. I had the power. Did I cut out?
A little bit, yeah.
I had the power drill from Slumber Party Massacre.
Hmm.
Fun little movie. I had Ash's chainsaw because I had Sam's lollipop. If I didn't pick Sam for killer, I would have picked him here. And then the bear trap from Saw.
There you go. Solid picks.
There are a lot of really good options for all these, like that I didn't even write down that I could have thought of if I.
That's
thought
why
harder,
I feel like we can do this again more closer to Halloween.
Definitely,
we can expand
Halloween.
it even.
We should do a big Halloween month of horror thing because we got to flesh out your horror.
Yeah, we've got to fix it. You should just. I don't know if you could assign me like 1 a week or 2 a week or something that I have to watch for the next episode.
Yeah,
and then I've got to come back in and report.
Oh, that would be sick! Like a book report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can assign me homework, I guess.
Can I make you watch The Substance once a week, or does it have to be new?
I'm gonna say no because I don't want to watch The Substance that much. Like I'd watch it again once, but I don't want to. Plus, I've already seen The Substance.
You could borrow my 4K.
Oh, all right. What if I take and just like scratch the hell out of it?
I'd be so upset. I think I've seen Substance 4 times now.
Damn.
I gotta get to round 5 though. I'm itching for a rewatch.
The only way I'd let you make me watch The Substance that much is if I'm able to make you watch Game Night that much.
Oh man. I do like Game Night, but I don't know if I like Game Night that much.
Game Night's in my 4 faves on Letterboxd.
Oh, you gotta watch It Follows for sure.
I'm gonna watch that
for
before
sure.
the sequel comes out.
That's true. That seems to be in production hell, so you may have time.
Yeah.
You've seen The Thing? Have you seen The Thing?
No, I have it on Blu-ray. I've been wanting to watch that forever. I was gonna watch it last year and I never got to it. I mean, like I said, like last year I was like, I'm gonna watch so many horror movies and I just never got to it. So this year I'm gonna make it happen.
There's some really great ones here. Cure, the Kurosawa movie. Presence, I'll make you watch again.
Oh, but I've seen Presence.
No, I'm kidding. Get some classics in there. Yeah, but I think, is that about it for us this week?
I think that's going to be it.
What is next week? I don't think there's a big release. Ballerina? I don't know if I'll get to Ballerina.
Ballerina. I'm probably going to see Ballerina. I'm going to try and watch all the John Wick flicks.
Ooh, nice.
This week.
You know,
probably won't be able to, though, but
there might be a Ballerina screening tomorrow night. If maybe I'll do that while I wait for midnight, but I don't think.
It's a good way
I don't know if I'm going to watch much for next week.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think next week is probably like a Switch 2 thing. Maybe we could do like a video game movie draft.
Oh, that's fun. I could go 4-0.
Yeah, you could go up 4-0. That'd be big. I think a video game movie draft could be fun next week.
I think that's really fun. That's a good call.
Whatever news story is that week.
Oh, is Phoenician Scheme? Maybe
Phoenician
we can talk
Scheme,
about that a
I think,
bit.
is the only thing. Yeah, so we'll hit some Phoenician Scheme, but I mean, you've already seen it, so you won't be going out to see it again, probably.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'll.
But I'm gonna go out to see it because I'm not getting a Switch 2.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun to talk about.
Yeah, and also Ryan said that he's buying your extra off you, and that was a huge relief to me because I was like, I'm glad somebody bought it because if it got to the point where I was like, oh man, I could just buy the extra one that it's getting, I maybe would have broke. So I was like, that's awesome. I don't even have the temptation anymore.
Very fair. Yeah, I got 2 extras coming Friday.
Oh my God. Wait, 2 extras?
Yeah, a good friend of the show, not friend of the show, but my friend Matt, who you know, I don't know why I'm phrasing it. He ordered one to my house the night of pre-order since I was struggling to get one. He texted me he ordered one to my house right as I clicked to get my extra. So I have 2 getting shipped here. Selling both of them for no profit. I'm just selling them for the exact. Well, I'm not selling the one. Matt's selling the one, but I'm dropping it off. selling it for the exact to the cent. I do not want to make any profit. I'm not a scalper. How dare anyone think that? And yeah, I'll get mine tomorrow at midnight. And losing my goddamn mind. I'm so excited. I can't do.
Yeah,
I can't
is the only
handle it.
new game Mario Kart?
Mario Kart World Day 1, and then they're
And
doing
Bonanza's
Donkey Kong
next
is July.
Goodness.
But they're doing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are getting Switch 2 upgrades, and they are the videos. They're 60 FPS, 4K, stunning. Scarlet Violet is also getting a 60 FPS update, and they released the first look at it.
It still looks like doo-doo.
It moves in 60 FPS. It's functional now. Still looks like shit. It is still the worst looking game I've ever seen in my life.
But now you get double the frames of how bad it looks.
Yeah, literally, maybe even quadruple. It was at like 15 for most of the time, and like more Pokemon spawn in. I don't want to play that ever again. But yeah, I'm gonna. It's the only Pokemon game I beat and never touched again. I never got a shiny. I never did any competitive. I had a dreadful time with it. Truly dreadful. Legends ZA comes out. Legends ZA comes out in October, which I'm excited about though. But yeah, I'm also just excited to like replay some of the old Switch stuff in a functional. The Switch is showing its age, man. It's nice to get some stuff that'll look good. Like the Switch 2 is about the same like level of quality as like the PS4 Pro. Mm-hmm. Hey man, I'll take it. That's like the jump. And like The Last of Us Part 2 came out on PS4. Like I'm totally cool with that, man. And then they're also doing like the virtual console stuff, so I'll be playing Wind Waker. I'm pumped, man. I'm super pumped.
Hell yeah.
I'll stop rambling. But yeah, expect me to talk about that
most of next video game ending to the pod. Any big predictions for Summer Game Fest before we leave?
Fuck, that's we should have done a whole segment on that. So we've got PlayStation State of Play tomorrow.
Yes.
We've got Summer Game Fest Thursday, and then the Xbox Showcase Friday.
Is Summer Game Fest Thursday? I thought it was Friday.
Oh, Friday. No, you're right. And then the Xbox Saturday. And then a Nintendo Direct, rumor has it, next week.
They should have plugged that shit in on Thursday.
I know. Well, apparently Nintendo is going to have some presence at Game Fest.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be like Switch 2 is going to be at Game Fest.
I think it'll be like a quick commercial where they're like, the Switch 2's out.
Yeah, it's out, and here are some other games that are going to be getting upgrades.
Yeah. Maybe like third-party stuff.
Maybe Animal Crossing.
Dude, so the Switch, if they're on Nintendo Direct, everyone thinks they're hiding a holiday game because they always do like a big holiday release. I'm not convinced about that personally because I think they've got Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, and then they have like Kirby coming out in the fall, and Pokemon is their big thing. But there is a chance that there's this big secret. A lot of people think it'll be a big 3D Mario game because that's like a console seller, obviously, in December, November. I'm crossing my fingers for an Animal Crossing thing. I really think they're going to try and get one out as soon as possible because the Animal Crossing sales with the Switch was just ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, but also it was during COVID, so that's like a big reason. But I think that it made it like reach a level to where it could be a console seller if you have.
Yeah.
If you put out a new one, people will be like, well, like if you can only get the new Animal Crossing on Switch 2, people would buy a Switch 2.
100%. I can think of people like my girlfriend will definitely buy it just for Animal Crossing. No doubt about it.
Yeah, so but I can see them doing that.
Praying we get something Wolverine at the place. I don't know why. I even bother getting 5 years. It's been like, oh no.
Has it really been 5 years?
I think it's been 4. I'm exaggerating. I think it was 2021.
Crazy too.
Let me fact check myself. It could have been
2020, right? Because that's when the PS5 came out. No. That's crazy.
It's a little ridiculous. I know that they've dealt with the hack. Yeah, 2021 September.
Wow.
I know they deal with the hack and they've got a lot of shit going on. And I'm willing to bet Sony pushed them to revealing it way before they were ready because that
for sure
makes sense. And I would never talk bad about Insomniac. I love Insomniac. They made me the happiest boy in the world. But it's crazy, and I'd love to get something. I'd love to get just show me a second. Just say, hey, it's happening.
That'd be awesome.
Rumor has it we could be getting. There was a rumor of a Venom game coming out around this fall.
I think that's canned. There's no. I feel like it would have been out by now.
I do too.
It's been too long since Spider-Man 2.
It would be incredible though, and I do think Miles Morales was kind of revealed around summer and came out in the fall.
Oh, so maybe it'll be if it's like that level game.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
I think it would be about that size, like just kind of a little
Like
thing.
20-hour thing.
Yeah, and I would go crazy.
Oh, that'd be great.
Outside
I
of
hope
those two, I don't know.
I'm praying that we get a Persona 4 remake announcement.
Because it's happening, right?
It's like basically happening. A bunch of
Yuri.
the original cast has come out and been like, I'm not in the remake, but they haven't announced the remake.
Yeah, I saw Yuri Lowenthal said that.
But
Everyone was like,
some people noticed that the order of the voice actors announcing that they're not coming back for the remake is like the order you get them in your party in the game. So there's some real freaks that are like, nah, this is an organized marketing ploy.
that would be very interesting.
It would be. I don't think it is. I think
Yeah,
they just aren't in it.
it doesn't seem
But
like a great marketing tactic to get a bunch of bad will right before the reveal and then be
yeah,
like, kidding. But it would be kind of awesome.
it would be cool. But because I played the hell out of the Persona 3 remake. That was my
Oh yeah, I
first
watched
Persona
you play
game.
it one time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Crushed it, man.
Crushed it.
I had a blast with it. And then I did get Persona 4 Golden on the Switch, and I haven't touched it in a while, but I'd play a remake for sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to get into Persona.
They're fun,
I'd like
man.
them. I don't
Fun
know what
game.
else I really hope or want for like the Xbox stuff. I guess they'll do the new Call of Duty.
Yeah. Well, they're having a whole separate showcase for the Outer Worlds 2, which is pretty exciting.
Oh, that's
Outer
fun.
Worlds 1 was fun.
That is fun. I guess they could show like Starfield DLC.
Let's go, Starfield
I
Hive.
hated.
We're still
I
here.
hate.
I beat Starfield and I haven't been back to it
That
since. They
might
had apparently
genuinely.
the DLC was good though. The Shattered
Oh, that is
Space
cool.
DLC.
Oh, I'd love to get an update on. I forget the name, but it's the No Man's Sky people. They're doing this incredible.
Oh yeah, that
Light
new
No
game.
Fire. Light No Fire. Is that what
Yeah,
it's
something
called?
like that.
That would be really cool to see anything about. God of War. Anything God of War. Spider-Man 3.
There's
is
big
now
rumors of God of War doing a going back to the Greek gods.
That would be cool. I'd even take like a remaster of the first 3 because I never played those.
Or the game
Anything
that you're thinking of is Light No Fire.
Oh hell yeah! I'd take anything Astrobot related.
I still have to beat Astrobot, man.
Oh, it's so fun. I never 100%ed it. I should do that.
Mm.
They should probably do a remaster of the live just to get that out there.
Well, aren't they doing that? Aren't they doing a combo remaster of both of them again?
I think it came out already. I think it's like just bundle.
The thing is, like, I'm annoyed by that, but I'll probably end up buying it so I can play through both of them.
Yeah, I already bought both of them remastered, so I'm part of the problem.
But maybe we get there because apparently they're working on another game, not just Intergalactic.
Oh, that's true. That'd be interesting. I would be shocked if we saw anything Intergalactic. Well,
yeah, I mean, maybe we'll get like another trailer.
That'd be cool.
If it's like, I mean, I'm gonna assume that it's closer than we think if they are already working on a second game alongside it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that. Do we think probably no GTA 6 since that's pushed back now?
No GTA. I doubt it. If there's any GTA 6, they would probably do that at like Game Awards at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think they'll do like a big gameplay.
But I don't think. I think Rockstar is like, they're like, GTA is big enough. We don't need to go to any of these showcase things. Like, we can also
they could
tweet it out.
They could just not do another trailer, and it would like, it's truly. It's a one of a kind thing that's just gonna it's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh, I can't wait, man! Make it be May next year already.
I know. Oh, but I was really looking forward to
the what
time period, the GTA Avengers like.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's for the best because it's too much. Mando Grogu, GTA, Doomsday.
Yeah,
too much going on.
Oh.
But yeah, anything.
Exciting time though for the video games. I think next week will be a huge. Well, not huge, but we'll probably have a lot more video game chat.
Video game touch on Phoenician Scheme in detail a little bit, and go from there. Any superhero game, love to see that. I know there's like a million in the works that might get canceled, so just even seeing that they're still working on them would be nice.
I've seen some people online speculate. They're like, and I don't think this will happen at all. They're like, James Gunn is going to come out and announce the first DCU video game.
Would be cool.
It would be cool, but I seriously doubt it.
Yeah, I think it's too soon, but would be awesome.
What if there's like a Superman tie-in game or a Supergirl tie-in game?
Stop it. Oh my God, that would be incredible. Supergirl tie-in, I think, would be better because you could do like space stuff. Like you could just do I don't know if I love the like every game is connected to the movie stuff.
I thought they had already walked that back. They're like, just kidding.
I hope so. Yeah, hopefully.
Because there's no way that you can expect general audiences to play a video game as watch movies and TV shows.
Yeah, and I think it'll be like very loose if anything, but I don't want the like games to be held back by like, oh, well, Superman hasn't been to space yet, so we can't do a game with him and like,
right.
I don't know.
It'll just be like you play as Jimmy Olsen writing a story.
Yeah, exactly.
And the story's not interesting or anything.
The dream.
That'd be sick. A full what's Beck Bennett's character's name?
Steve Lombard.
Steve Lumbar.
Lombard, yeah.
Is it not Lumbar?
I think it's Lombard.
Lombard. All right. Steve Lombard game where you just write about the Metropolis baseball team.
That would rock. That would absolutely rock.
So when that happens, come back to this episode.
It's like a telltale.
Yeah, they knew.
They knew. Wow.
I'm excited for, I think the beta is out or the demo's out of it. So I want to play that. Maybe I'll play that before next week. The Dispatch game that's got Aaron Paul in it. And it's like, it seems similar to a Telltale, but you're like a dispatch operator for superheroes.
Moist Critical's in it, right? Yeah, that does seem interesting. I didn't realize I was already.
The trailer seemed fun. I just realized this the other day that a demo is out on Steam, I think of it. So,
oh, dude, that's sick.
I might have to hop on that before next week as well.
That rocks.
Yeah. So I guess come back next week for.
Yeah, we got a lot
to talk about next week now.
Yeah, make sure you watch Phoenician Scheme every single game. Play Mario Kart World on the. Watch every video game. Yeah, watch every video game adaptation.
Yeah.
Just some homework.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun. Phoenician Scheme, video game draft, and touch on anything that we wanted. Anything that's like big enough. We're not going to go like announcement by announcement.
And yeah. A low key kind of thing.
Low key.
We'll also have like the Fantastic Four trailer, the Wicked trailer.
True. We'll have plenty of news.
Yeah. We could really just do news episodes. Like if
that's true. And I think adding a draft to a news episode makes it somewhat fun.
Yeah, it's more fun. And people like the drafts.
I like doing the drafts. So
me too.
They got to watch the drafts. I'm forcing them.
We're
going to keep drafting until I win.
My final survivor's right there. I didn't even think about that.
I know, yeah. The answers were there the whole time.
Hell yeah.
I think a video game adaptation draft works for next week, so we'll do that.
Yeah, definitely. That's a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. We appreciate you. Like Brandon said at the start, make sure you like, subscribe, follow. Check out the Aluminum Screen TikTok. We'll be posting. Maybe it'll actually be up by the time this goes up.
Maybe.
Probably will. And, thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Adios.